congratulations. This feels like a big win for a number of reasons, but just tell me what you thought of what you saw out there.
I thought the character of the players, their resilience in the second half, the reaction to going behind was so positive. All the things I'm asking for. I wanted to go aggressive in the first half. We had win-back moments in their half, but at the same time, the distances were too big. So we corrected it at half-time. Then I made personnel changes. Joao Pedro scores a magnificent goal. It's a magnificent performance from him. He's given that to me since I've come to the club. So all in all, just delighted that we're through. Delighted it's the first time a team's won here for a very long time. So for the lads to come from behind and show that character makes me a very, very happy head coach.
What were the learnings for you as a coach
I'm
coming
learning
here?
all the time about the team, about my team, about what we're capable of, about what maybe I need to tweak and adapt for them. But I really wanted to be front-footed today. I wanted us to go out and try and win the game, which was so important. And in the end, we did in probably a different way than I expected.
Was it good to then bring on Cole Palmer and Chalobah for the experience as well? Because they're still young, but they're leaders within your group.
I thought Jamie Gettins came on and made a huge difference. I had to take him off at the end just in case the big Lukaku's on. I needed an extra defender on the pitch in that moment. Garnacho made a big difference. I've got outstanding players. I've got a group and I trust them. I've told them that. And the subs are always the players that made a difference in the big games.
Also, Liam, it's bought you time. We spoke about this. It's bought you time.
Yeah.
You don't have to play those playoff games.
No.
How much value do you place on that?
Massive. That's huge for us to be able to really work with the players on the training ground, because honestly the schedules meant we've played, we've recovered, we've prepped a game and then we've gone again. So to actually work with the players on the training pitch and for them to understand what we want to do as a staff with them would be great, and I can run them and get them fitter as well, which would be good.
Was it possible to enjoy that tonight?
The end of it?
Yeah.
Nah, you do. You have to enjoy this job. We're the luckiest people in the world to do this job, whether you're a coach or a player, to do something you love and get paid well for it. Very privileged, and you have to enjoy these moments, but we want more, and we have huge games coming up, starting with West Ham on Saturday.
You could potentially have a team like PSG in the... How exciting would that be? You see everything so positive. That's why I said, how excited would you be?
You're in the Champions League, so at the end of the day, you have to win this competition, you have to play against the best and you have to beat the best. So whoever we play, we'll give it our best shot. I'm just delighted that we're through in this manner, and then we focus now on a really big Premier League game and then a huge game in the League Cup semi-final after that.
Absolutely, a brilliant win tonight. Congratulations to you and your squad. Well
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
He sounds a little hoarse, as you'll know can happen, particularly when you're screaming at your players from the sidelines. I think you've both done a bit of that, haven't you, down the years? And there are those four opponents then that they could face. Well, one of them will be their round of 16 opponents. So,
yeah, but as he said, you know, to win the Champions League, you've got to at some stage knock some of the best teams that are in or out. You can see he's still emotional during the interview. It's a big night for him, because there would have been a lot of questions asked tonight. People were saying before this game, this is his real big test, and he's passed it. I wouldn't say in flying colours, but I think tactically and the way Chelsea went about the game, the manager and the players deserve a lot of credit.
Yeah, got the early pen from the Jesus handball, tucked away by Enzo, but then came Napoli, Joe. Pedro with that brilliant bit of skill.
Brilliant bit of skill, wonderful, ingenuity, and he tapped it away, and then Højlund again gets across him, had a really clean finish. But then this goal here, bang. You know, just taking it away, the extra touch, and that's a wonderful strike. And this one weren't bad either.
Just moves his feet, gets out his feet to the right hand side, defender can't get across there, and he goes through his legs, they're underneath him. All he's trying to do is get a wee half yard to get the shot away.
I mean, they are injured in Napoli, but they haven't lost at home for 13 months.
Yeah, and it's 2-1 down. The hostile environment, that's the character and the resilience and the personality that Chelsea showed tonight. So, you know, a lot of teams would have went under at that point. You've been in them hostile atmospheres, it's not easy. So
I think I heard in the interview he said he brought Gittins on and then had to take him off because he felt he needed an extra defender. I mean, even those things, the little important ways that a coach says...
I think if you lose the game or you drop points in that scenario, a lot more fingers come your way. But if you get over the line and it's for the sake of the team, manager's got to make big calls.
He said the word character 4 times in his interview.
Did he?
Like, so that's the message. Like, he knows what he's doing there, and I think that's what he was most happy about, his team, the character. Like, interestingly, he said, you know, get them, have a week where we can get our ideas into the team and get them a bit fitter and run them. So he hasn't really had time to work with them properly. He's just winning games.
Well, a brilliant start, Matt, fantastic start, but you could tell, listening to the interview there, clearly emotional and so happy, and so he should be. But equally, probably the most important thing for him, getting through and missing those couple of games, you could tell he wants to get in the training ground with his team, doesn't he?
Yeah, which he's presumably barely had a chance to. Now he gets those a couple of midweek days
It's in the Napoli team of 2 years ago where they were blitzing everyone in Serie A, but it's an Antonio Conte team. They've got quality. Liam's still getting his style of play, but the one thing is the character, really. You know, I would have thought a Chelsea team going behind could have got rolled over a few months ago. So he's instilled something in him.
He did call it as well before the game, didn't he? He did say we might have to wait till late on if the game's in the balance. Napoli might start taking a few more risks, and then that might be the opportunity to win it. So tactically, you know, he's been spot on, to be fair to him.
Fair play. Let's hear from Joao Pedro, scorer of 2 excellent goals tonight. Here he is post-match.
Joao, what a night. Congratulations on the victory. How does it feel to score those 2 goals?
I'm very happy first for the victory. I think the team did a brilliant game. And my goals, I tried to do my best always to help my teammates, and today I could score 2 brilliant goals. And the important thing is the 3 points.
What was the message at half-time? You went in trailing, having initially led in the match. What did the coach say to you?
The coach said to us to be positive, to try to be calm and to put our game on the pitch. And I think in the first half we didn't do it that much. I think the second half the game was more open, and I think that's why we scored 2 goals.
And the introduction of Cole Palmer, you seem to have a real understanding with him on the pitch with that pass through for your second goal, Chelsea's third in particular.
I think everyone knows Cole. He's a brilliant player, so when he's on the pitch, I think he's always going to do different because he's a special player, and I'm happy to play with him.
And finally, I think we have to wait for all of the matches to be confirmed to make sure that you're definitely in the top 8, but you came here, you needed a win tonight. It is confirmed that you are in the top 8. How does it feel? How excited are you about now going straight through to the round of 16 in the Champions League?
I think it's very positive for us because people have a lot of doubt about us. I think today you show our power, and I think it's very important for us to be already there. So I'm very happy, and now we need to rest, focus on the Premier League.
Enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy some well-earned time off. Thanks, Joao.
Joao Pedro with Patrick Kendrick, and we're hoping to hear from Liam Rossini very shortly, who's going to join the team out in Naples. Just to mark your card, though, from a Chelsea point of view, their round of 16 opponents, potential opponents, one of Monaco, Qarabag, PSG, Newcastle. So, with respect, suggest,
you want one at the first tie, don't you?
You do.
Yeah.
But that potentially means, that, to be fair, obviously for both PSG and Newcastle, it's been quite a disappointing evening to miss out on the top 8. But for both of them, they'd look at Monaco and Qarabag and think they'd be heavy favourites to go through.
Yeah.
But for Chelsea, you either get PSG, which isn't great, or you get an all Premier League tie. And there might be a few of those because so many have gone through.
Let's, as promised, go over to Naples, where Liam Rossini is waiting to talk.
I kept tapping to you, it's Cole Palmer again. You know, some players just feel and sense a game and sense of positions and where they're meant to be. And Cole Palmer does that. He looks like he's disinterested, he's walking around, but he's finding that space, and he's the only one, I think, that can receive the ball in tight areas like this and then knows where the next pass is, the way to pass. Look, Joao Pedro was brilliant, his touch, and I mean, the finish is just unbelievable. It's an exquisite finish. But their little relationship, you know, one in the pocket and then Joao Pedro doing the magic there, and then big goals and big moments, and the way that he finished it as well, turn it, and the momentum of the team and the confidence. And then, again, that pass from Cole Palmer, because again, it's the way to pass, it doesn't affect anyone. He makes a good decision there because he was thinking, do I pass it to Garnacho? And not in the form that he's in. I think Lucy mentioned it. When you're in form and you're a striker, you take it on yourself. And again, he came away with a brace, and Cole Palmer comes away with 2 assists, and job done.
Yeah, brace in the Champions League, away from home. Joao Pedro at Chelsea just seems to fit, and he seems to be thriving, does he not?
He does, and you know, last season at Brighton he was a penalty taker, and he's not took a penalty here, and his goal tally is brilliant. And obviously he came in, and it was a little bit of a difficult journey and finding his fitness, and he's had 2 managers as well. But he's been superb, and he seems to find his feet, and he's starting to build relationships. And you mentioned there with Cole Palmer, I think when Cole Palmer gets even fitter and gets back, and he's got Esteban, he's got Neto, he's got options, he's got a formidable front line, and Delap on the bench as well. So, you know, Liam Rossini's got some talented attacking players that he's working with. We've just got to build that confidence for them.
Yeah, Chelsea look bright under Liam Rossini, don't they?
They do. I think what I like about the manager is he's energised, and he comes in, I said it to you, I think on Saturday, he sees everything half glass kind of full.
Yeah.
And he sees the opportunity, and there's an energy to their press to win the ball back. There's an enthusiasm in how he speaks, which I think leads on to his players. You know, you reflect the manager's energy, and when you've got a manager on the side who's hungry, he's fighting, he's energising, I see that in Chelsea's performances. And to get an away victory here in the Champions League at this type of venue, is not easy, and he's done that with the group tonight.
Yeah, it's their first away win in this Champions League campaign as well. I guess it's good to finish on a high, and they came here. They were under pressure. They had a job to do, and they've stepped up to the occasion, and they've done it.
Absolutely, and again, like I said, it's still a young group. You know, you don't experience comes by going through things and learning and making mistakes and making errors. And the same probably for Liam Rosenior tonight. Maybe in the selection that he went with, you know, he would have thought, oh, I've got to change it. But like I said, managers, you have a choice. Do you let your team keep suffering, or do you make the changes? And he absolutely did with the substitutions and the formation switch.
It's worth noting Chelsea is still in all 4 competitions this season. So this second half of the season for Chelsea could be pretty special.
It could be, and that's why, again, winning here is important because of missing those 2 games. When you've got so many games and you're fighting across multiple competitions, that rest, that recovery, that pitch time, especially with a new manager, is vital. So they're in a strong position. It is the business end of the season. I love that Cole Palmer's coming back towards the business end of the season as well. Keep him fit, and the confidence is growing in this group.
Is that a key to keeping Cole fit?
Just managing him. He's a human being as well. He's a young player that's played a lot of football matches, and you know, you want to keep him fit. Also, as an England fan, I'd love to see him fit and healthy at the World Cup. There's a selfish part of me in it as well as an England fan. But he's their main player. He can do things tonight that, no disrespect, some of the other Chelsea players can't do. So you want to get him on there, and that was a good kind of exposure for him tonight.
It was. It has been a brilliant night. 5 under Liam Rosenior already, but this feels like a statement tonight.
Confidence. You know, we talk about this young group and they're learning. You're learning from these experiences here. You learn from coming at venues like this, noised, hostile, you're up against it. The team that you're playing, they've got to win or they're out. And they stood strong, and they were vulnerable for about 20, 30 minutes, and they got them in, they sorted them out, and they came out. And a manager, you know, it's his second Champions League game. And managers in football can only affect a team with their half-time and their substitutes. And I felt he got them spot on. And they now come away 6th through into the next phase, and a brilliant learning experience for them.
Yeah, it's proved they're adaptable as well, and Liam Rosenior is also very clearly adaptable. And do you reckon it's been a sharp learning curve for him tonight?
It will be, because he went with a system at the start, and obviously they had that brilliant first 20 minutes, and then they were rocked, and it was too expansive. Players lost their way a little bit, and maybe that's where the youth in them, maybe the leadership is still trying to figure out. But like I said, a manager gets them in at half time and makes the right decisions, and you can just hear the fans now.
The fans, but yeah, they're just in our eye line over there, and the noise level has just gone through the roof as they sing Chelsea off the pitch here. But from a Napoli point of view, how much of a disaster is this that they are out of the Champions League?
Yeah, it's an absolute disaster. But I'm sure we've got someone else we want to hear from.
We do.